If you would like to attend more live classes like these, click the link in the description below. We're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So welcome to today's body weight strength class. I'm Coach Lindsay. Thank you all for joining me as always. Today, like I said, body weight. So we will not need any equipment. You're gonna just need yourself and potentially a chair for one of the exercises, but that's just really a modification. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. The outline of today's class is going to be 3 sets of 3 exercises. The first set is going to be all lower body. The second set is going to be all core. And then the third set is actually putting the workouts together into a combo exercise. So the first exercise of set 1 and the first exercise of set 2 will be put together. So all lower body and core, no upper body. This is still going to be very joint friendly on the knees and the hips, but I will also provide some modifications, a little bit more beginner and both a little bit more advanced for each exercise. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our warm up. We're going to start with some side steps. So hands go on the hips and we're just going to step out to the side, just kind of getting that hip mobility, range of motion in play here. I like to make my warm-ups very intentional to what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing a lot of core movements here in this warm-up, a lot of lower body movements just to get everything all warmed up. So go ahead and take a few steps a little wider if you can, even if it feels a little bit slow and awkward. Just really open up the inner thighs, opening up the hips here. Awesome job, Mighty family. Let's go ahead and stop those side steps. We're going to get into some side twists. Okay, so we're just twisting at the core here. So try to keep your feet almost glued to the floor, and then we're going to just rotate at the core here. So try not to get as much hip movement, and of course your hips are going to move a little bit, but we're really trying to kind of squeeze that core, really get that stretch in the obliques here. You can bring in some arms if you would like to make that twist a little bit easier. Really good way to stretch out the lower back as well. Kind of just feels nice. All right, a couple more seconds here. We'll get into some knee hugs in 3, 2, and 1. So we're just gonna take our knee, grip your hands over your knee like this, pull that knee to your chest, and then release. So pay attention to your balance here. You can get a little bit wobbly, but that's okay. If you need to hang on to the wall or a chair, totally fine. Just getting the hip flexor all stretched out here. Also getting some of the glutes and the hamstrings. Great job, stay nice and tall. Awesome job, Mighty family. Okay, I'm going to jump into previewing the first set, okay? So 10 reps, 3 exercises. We're gonna basically do them in a row and then we will take a little bit of a break before we hop into that second set. So again, I'm previewing here, so grab some water, take a little bit of time before we get started. First exercise of that first set is a body weight squat. Don't let the word squat scare you. I will provide some modifications, but if you're doing it just the normal way, you're gonna wanna have your feet shoulder width apart. Hands are gonna wanna come out kind of in front of you or out in front of you for balance, and we're just gonna sit back on those heels and then up, okay? Modification is bring in a chair. So this makes it a little bit easier so you're not relying so much on your knees and your hips to drive you. So you just kind of sit back in a chair. We all sit in a chair every single day, so I know this is something that everybody can do. And then go ahead and stand up. So that's your beginner modification. The next exercise is called Good Morning. So this is a glute and hamstring exercise where we're gonna keep our legs nice and straight. Hands are gonna go behind the ears and we're hinging at the hips. So we're pushing our butt backwards and we're keeping our legs nice and straight so that you feel a good stretch here in the hamstrings, and then we're coming back up. So that's called a Good Morning. And then third exercise are calf raises. So hold on to a wall or chair if you need to. Feet are gonna be shoulder width apart. We're just coming up, getting that good squeeze and contraction in the calf muscle, and then back down, okay? 10 of each. Let's go ahead and begin. So with that squat, again, legs shoulder width apart, and then we are squatting down and then back up. Go at your own pace here. If you wanna follow my count, I will count down as well. Here's 7. Remember to lean back on the heels. Try not to lean forward. 6, 5. Great job. Really squeeze those glutes as you come up. 2 more here. And last one. Awesome job, Mighty Family, getting right into the good mornings. So same thing, feet shoulder width apart. Hands are gonna come behind the ears just very lightly. And then we are just hinging at the hips here. So push that butt back and then squeeze your hamstrings and your glutes as you come back up. So when you come down, you want your chest to kind of be parallel with the ground here. Great job. 7, 6, keep those legs nice and straight with just a slight bend in the knee here. 5, 4, great job. 3, 2, last one here, Mighty Family. All right, let's get right into those calf raises. We don't have a lot of breaks in between these 3 exercises. So hands on the hips if you're good with balance, or hang onto a wall. And let's go ahead and begin here for 10. Come right up on those toes. Relax back down on the heels. Really squeeze those calf muscles as you come up, and try not to let your ankles flare out. So try to keep everything nice and straight. This is really good for ankle mobility as well. But again, keeping those calves nice and straight, nice and strengthened. 4 more here. Remember to really squeeze that calf muscle. Don't go fast here. We're not up and down like this, right? We don't feel anything when we do that. Great job. 2 more here. And last one. Okay, for in between sets, we're gonna do a march just to keep the body moving, keep the heart rate up. There's your lower body set. Next set is all core. So I will preview. I want you all to keep marching or take this time to kind of rest. First exercise is what we call a standing bicycle. So we're gonna keep our hands behind our ears just very lightly, and we're going opposite elbow, opposite knee, alternating sides, and it's a single count. So this is 1, and this is 2. Next exercise is actually called a plank, which again, don't let this scare you. There's a few different ways that you can do a plank. So you wanna do it the normal way. You just come down on the ground, arms are gonna be nice and straight, back is nice and straight, and then we are squeezing that core. Now, I know that can be intimidating for most, so you can use the chair. So hands grip the side of the chair, feet go back, and then we are going to stay nice and level, nice and straight for that plank, okay? So you choose your modification. And then last one, side crunches. So similar to those bicycles, now we're just doing same elbow, same knee. So crunching at the side like so, single count as well. The plank is 30 seconds, I forgot to mention. Okay, y'all ready to get started? Core is one of my favorites. Remember to keep that belly button towards your spine, engage that core, and make sure you're not arching your back during these exercises, okay? Ready? We'll here for 10. Single count, 9. Really squeeze that core. Remember that we are crunching at the core here, so we're not leaning forward. We should feel no pressure on our back. Great job, Mighty Family. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next we're getting into our plank, okay? So again, remember that modification, grab your chair or meet me on the ground. Oh my goodness, we are ready, and begin for 30 seconds. So things with planks to keep in mind. You want your hand and your shoulder to be nice and straight. We don't want your hand out here. We don't want it behind us, okay? So nice and straight here. Keep that back nice and straight as well. We don't wanna see this. We don't wanna see this. That is not a plank. So everything is nice and level here. Hold on to it. You've got about 10 more seconds. Deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring yourself back up to standing nice and slow. Don't let that blood rush to your head too fast. And then once everybody is nice and up with me, we will begin those side crunches, okay? So hands behind the ears, just like your bicycles. And let's go ahead and begin. Single count, 10, 9, great job. 8, 7, remember to keep nice and straight with your form. Don't get wobbly. Slow down if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, Mighty Family. March it out. We are flying through these sets. Hopefully heart rate is up by now. If not, You need to work a little bit harder. I don't know how you do that with a body weight, but no, if you're not feeling out of breath or anything, that's okay. Because we don't always have to be out of breath when we're working out, right? What matters is that we are moving our body. So march it out, bring that heart rate down a little bit as we get ready to get into the third set here. So third set is a toughie. That's where we're combining the lower body and the core set, okay? So I'm gonna preview what the workouts look like. Keep marching, keep resting if you need to. First exercise is a squat into a bicycle, okay? So what this looks like is hands are gonna go behind the ears, or you can start with your hands out in front. So we're gonna squat, and then we're gonna bicycle, okay? That's 1. Squat and bicycle is 2. And then squat and bicycle is 3, so single count. Second exercise is a good morning to a plank, which again, as we remember, are good mornings and then our plank. So we're not kind of combining them, we're just doing one after the other. Third and final exercise is a calf raise into a side crunch. So we're keeping those feet shoulder width apart. We're calf raise, side crunch, calf raise, and side crunch, okay? Single count, same as the first exercise. All right, Mighty Family. Last set, combo exercises. So remember to take your time and go at your own pace, but also make this last set count, okay? Whenever you're ready, go ahead and get in your squat position. Feet are shoulder width apart, making sure that you're sitting back in your squat. We don't wanna see leaning forward, right? Knees don't wanna go above the toes. Whenever you're ready, hands go out in front, and let's begin. So we're down for a squat, bicycle, that's 1, 2, 3. Pay attention to your balance here. Halfway through. Those quads are gonna start to feel it. Awesome job. Remember, if you don't wanna go down to a full squat, you can do a pulse, that is fine too. So just a pulse down, right? And then a bicycle. 2 more reps here. Last one, Mighty Family. Awesome job. Whew. Let's march it out in between these. We'll get a little bit of a rest between the combo exercises just because they kind of are a lot. So next exercise, good morning into your plank. So go ahead and get ready to go. Feet shoulder width apart, hands behind your ears, and let's begin. Pushing that butt back and then rising up. Nice and level, chest to floor and up. 10 here. Really squeeze those glutes, squeeze those hamstrings. Use your hamstrings as kind of a hinge to pull you back up. Halfway through here. Awesome job, Mighty Family. 3 more. 2. And last one. Right into our plank, okay? So grab your chair if you're modifying, or meet me on the floor. Hands are about shoulder width apart here. Feet a couple inches apart, and we're here for 30 seconds. You got this. Remember the form here. Back should be straight. Shoulder should be in line with your fingertips. Really squeeze that core. Halfway through, you can do this. Deep breaths in and out. Squeeze the glutes as well, that's gonna help. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rise back up. Meet me back in that standing position. Let's walk it out before our last exercise, okay? We're almost done. This is very, very fast, very, very quick, but also very effective, okay? So calf raises into the side crunch. We're gonna go ahead and begin. Get yourself set up with the feet shoulder width apart, hands on the hips or hang onto the wall, and let's begin. So we're up on the toes. Side crunch for 1, 2, great job. All the way up, pay attention to your form, go nice and slow. Squeeze that core. It's easy to kind of let the core not be engaged when you're tired. We only got 3 more here, Mighty Family. You got this. Last one here. All right, march it out. That's it. That's 6 exercises. Well, technically 9, or 12, but lots of movement in just a short amount of time. So I purposely did this class to be nice and quick. That way you can see that you can still get an effective workout in just about 15 minutes. So we're gonna march it out here just to bring our heart rate back down. Keep it marching, keep those arms swaying side to side. Great job, Mighty Family. Now we are gonna do our stretches on the ground just because it's a really good way to stretch out the core and some of the legs. So go ahead and meet me on the ground, go as slow as you need to. I know we're kind of sore in the legs, but meet me on the ground here. We're gonna do what's called a butterfly stretch. I'll give you a modification because this one can be a little bit hard with hip mobility, but a butterfly stretch is basically putting your feet together right in front of you. Your legs mimic a butterfly. So range of motion with this stretch can kind of depend on how close you bring your feet. So if you bring your feet nice and close, you're gonna get a deeper stretch. If you need to keep them nice and wide, you'll still get a good stretch, but it's not gonna be as painful. Now, if the butterfly stretch is a little bit tough, you just go into a figure 4. So we put the heel on top of the knee and you're still gonna get a great stretch. So you choose. I kind of like to do the butterfly because it also relieves a lot of pressure in my back if you're staying nice and straight. So a couple of deep breaths in and out here. Great job, Mighty Family. Next stretch is a little bit of a hip flexor slash hamstring and glute stretch as well. So this is basically a standing knee hug, but we're gonna be laying down. So go flat on your back here and then go ahead and pull that knee towards your chest. So this is the static version of that dynamic warm-up knee hugs that we did. So just relax your back on the ground, pulling that knee to your chest as close as you can, really feeling that deep stretch in the hamstring and glute. And go ahead and switch legs. The leg that is not going to your knee, keep nice and straight or flat on the ground here. Great job, Mighty Family. Go ahead and relax that leg. Meet me back in the seated position for one final stretch. Sit crisscross applesauce, kind of like we're in preschool. And we're just gonna do some side rotation. So for me, I'm gonna turn to my right side first. My left hand is gonna come on top of my knee, and I'm just gonna very slowly twist till I feel a good stretch here in my oblique. So a good core stretch, also a good lower back stretch. Our core and our back muscles kind of go hand in hand. They support each other. So it's always good to stretch both out whenever we're doing core. And then go ahead and switch sides. So slowly come out of that rotation and then rotate into the other side. So facing the left side, right arm comes across. Stay nice and straight here. Deep breath in and out. And go ahead and slowly release. All right, Mighty Family, that's it. Nice, quick, effective body weight, lower body and core. I will see you guys next time.